When I saw this thing was in demo mode, I got pretty worried. I thought maybe this pawn shop was selling stolen merchandise, whether they knew it or not. Now I've got to deal with it, so I called my Snap-on dealer. This is a Snap-on Modus. It's a full function scan tool, and I bought it back when it was time for me to level up my diagnostic game using a professional tool. Now this thing has come in clutch so many times. I can't count how many cars that I was able to fix with the help of this tool that I wouldn't have been able to fix using a scan tool like this. This is just a code reader that also has some live data, but what it doesn't have is bidirectional control that the Modus does. Because I can test components like purge valves and vent valves, I can open and close those with the Modus and make sure they're broken before I waste time and money on replacing them. I bought it used on eBay for about $400, which is a heck of a deal, even though the tool at the time was 5 years old. It really served me well, but if you do the math, you'll know that that thing is 10 years old now, and I can only scan cars up to 2012 because I'm not going to pay the thousands of dollars to Snap-on that it would take to get this tool back up to 2022. So what I did do is I found another one used on eBay. It's this. It's a big upgrade. It's an Apollo D8, which is the latest generation of scan tool, so Snap-on still supports it. Plus, it's got some features that that old Modus doesn't, including a touchscreen, which is awesome. I've been waiting for one of these. It's going to make my diagnostics go a lot faster because I can use it sort of like I use my cell phone. I bought it used on eBay and I paid $600 for this thing, and I was so excited because you just can't find a deal like that every day. Now it's upgraded to 19.4, which means it's only a few years old and I can work on cars that are still under warranty today, so I was super excited. Tool came in the mail, I opened the box, it turns on, everything's fine, and then I found out it's in demo mode. Now if you know anything about Snap-on, your dealer can come out and give you a loaner tool and it'll be put in demo mode, which means you've got this screen. When you go to scan a car, you've got to look at this screen for 30 seconds that tells you it's in demo mode and it's not registered to an owner. And if that weren't theft deterrent enough, this also doesn't have any of the bidirectional controls activated inside the scanner here. So really, it just acts as if it were like a code reader that gives you some pretty good graphing data also. So you can see how it works, but you're not going to be using this as a tool until you get it registered after you purchase it. When I saw this thing was in demo mode, I got pretty worried. I thought maybe this pawn shop was selling stolen merchandise, whether they knew it or not. Now I've got to deal with it. So I called my Snap-on dealer who wasn't able to help me. So I called Snap-on directly. Once I got a hold of the person that I talked to, super helpful, very friendly and very willing to help me, even though he knows that I bought this used and I was just trying to figure out if it was a legitimate sale. Now I gave him the serial number. It's right here on that sticker behind the case, and he put that into the database. Good news, this thing is not stolen. This was legitimately purchased by the original owner, which is really good news, but it's still in demo mode and we got to figure out why. Now, if I had this connected to my computer at the time, he could have gone in remotely to check why this is in demo mode. But what he said was most of these things get into demo mode for one reason. It's because of the dead battery on the inside. Now, we're not talking about the rechargeable battery here that powers the unit up. There's a coin cell battery on the inside, right on the motherboard, that keeps the date and time from erasing. It's just like a keep alive memory, and it's dead. And the only way to fix that is to send it in to Snap-on. Now you could take it to your dealer and most likely he's gonna send it to Snap-on just like you would. You gotta put it in the mail, and there's a 3-tier payment system for repairs. Tier 1 will get your battery replaced and get it out of demo mode if there's nothing else wrong with it, and it's almost $200 for Tier 1, and that goes all the way to 2 and 3. Depending what's wrong with this thing, you could be paying up to about $650 to repair one of these. And that's when I threw in the towel. I said no, called it quits. This is going back in an envelope, going back to that pawn shop that I bought it from on eBay, and they're just going to refund me the money. Now that brings me to your question, is a used Snap-on scanner a good deal for you in 2023? If you buy an Apollo D8 from Snap-on, the full retail price is over $5,000. Now I paid $600 for this one, but after repairs it would have been at least $800. I found a full function scan tool that has more functionality than the Snap-on. It's got more coverage than the Snap-on, and it's less expensive than the Snap-on. If you want to find out how much less expensive, I've got a video right over here. Click on that and you'll find out all about it, and I'll see you there.